Well, I feel super fortunate that I haven't had too much of a change from my day-to-day life. However, what has been the biggest challenge for me has been adjusting to two very different settings. I lived in uh, I live in Ottawa for the school year, and I went back to my hometown, Yellowknife, Northwest Territories, for the summer. And it was very challenging transition because the two settings are very different in terms of access to healthcare and healthcare resources, due to like the limited infrastructure in the Northwest Territories. How this has affected me in terms of my transition to the two towns is that, first of all, the Northwest Territories and the northern communities are already so isolated that I know a lot of people have been seriously affected by social distancing rules and the 14-day self-isolation once returning to the Northwest Territories. It can be very lonely, whereas Ottawa, these social distancing rules are really in place to limit the actual community spread, which there hasn't been community spread in the Northwest Territories because it's so important to get a grasp on it before it can have real long-term consequences. When I talk about my transition to the Northwest Territories and my school year in Ontario, I think it's really important to just talk about how the two are so different, and that the Indigenous population in Canada is about 4 to 5%, whereas in the Northwest Territories, the Indigenous population is about half, 50%. Indigenous people have endured pandemics like the Spanish flu, for example, in the late, I think it was 1928, and it took out whole communities. I know in the Northwest Territories, a family friend of mine goes out on frequent paddle trips, and she talks about paddling across or beside this island that used to be a community, and it's basically a ghost town. And so it doesn't feel like that long ago that pandemics took down entire communities, especially when you have constant reminders. So just being mindful of that. These are flus that Indigenous people suffer the consequences of. And so their own experiences and history has shown them that the healthcare system cannot be relied upon. Thank you for listening.